Hello guys, so I want us to concentrate on these algebra questions. They are the 1.3 questions. The questions that a lot of people say they are difficult. Guys, these things are extremely simple. Well, the exam focus program has actually started today. By the way, thank you so much guys for the overwhelming support. I have never been supported like this before. There's been a lot of people that actually texted me. They've actually joined. We've started today. It was extremely fun today. Got to interact with a lot of people, and a lot of people just have a lot of questions. And I'll be sending you lectures each and every single day for math, physical sciences, life sciences, as well as geography. It has been an amazing day. Thank you so much, guys, for the support and for the love. So to actually enroll, just WhatsApp me on this number to join the exam focus program. It will be here for your June examination. It will be there for your trial examination. It will be there for final examination. We are going to crack this year strong, as well as if you want to join our one-on-one sessions. Now let's do this 1.3 problems. I want to show you that there's nothing challenging on these questions. People are just overhyping them. Now the first question says we need to find x minus y, right? We need to find x minus y. If it is given that 2 to the power x, 3 to the power y equals to 26 to the power 6. Well, let's actually start like this. We're actually having 2 to the power x times 3 to the power y. That's going to equal 2. This is what you need to do. You need to say 24. You say equal sign, you say shift, and then you write your fact. You get 2 to the power 3 times 3. So this is what we get. We end up getting 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 3, and this is to the power 6, right? My pen is actually not doing well. I'm gonna use a different pen. Okay, so what do we know from here? So we know that we're actually going to get 2 to the power x times 3 to the power y equals to 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 6 times 3 to the power 6, right? So what are we going to get? We know we're going to have 2 to the power x times 3 to the power y. That actually equals to 2. 3 times 6. So we're going to say, okay, what is 3? 3 times, oh my god, 3 times 6 is going to be 18. And then what is 3 to the power 6 is just going to be that. So we're having 2 to the power x and 2 to the power 18. So just going to say, well, we have 2 to the power x. That's going to equals to 2 to the power 18. And as well, we have 2 to the power 18. That's actually equals to 3 to the power 6. It is 3 to the power I am going to say. That's actually going to equals to 3 to the power 6. So we found that our x is going to be 18 and our y it's going to be 6. So what is x minus y? Well, x is 18 and y it is 6. So we're actually going to have 18 minus 6. That is actually going to be 12. Okay, now let's actually look at the second 1.3 question. We are given 2 to the power m plus 1 plus 2 to the power m equals to 3 and plus 2 minus 3. So they want us to find m plus n, right? So we're given 2 to the power m plus 1 plus 2 to the power m. That actually equals to 3 to the power n plus 2 minus 3 to the power n. So I want us to take the common factor of 2 to the power m. So if you take the common factor of 2 to the power m, you'll be left with 2 to the power 1 plus 1. That is actually equals 2. Let's also take the common factor of 3 to the power n. So we'll be left with 3 to the power n. That's going to be 3 squared minus 1. So you'll be left with 2 to the power m. That actually equals to 3 if you add this one. And then you are having 3 to the power n. That's going to equals to 3 squared. It's 9 minus 1 is just going to be 8. But let me confirm that because, hey, you'll never know. 3 squared minus 1, that's just going to be 8, right? Now, how do I move forward from here? How do I actually move forward from here? So this is where you need to use a lot of intellect, right? How do I actually move forward from this question? Well, let's actually change this one. So I am having 2 to the power m, that is actually times by 3, and I'm having 3 to the power n. Let's change this one. If I say 8 equals to shift fact, I just get 2 to the power 3. So I'm going to get 2 to the power 3. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take this and this. So I have 2 to the power m. That's actually going to equal to 2 to the power 3. And I'm actually having 3 to the power 1. That's actually going to equals to 3 to the power n. So I know that my m is definitely going to be 3, and my n is definitely going to be 1. So they want us to find m plus n. So m plus n, it is just going to be 3 plus 1. And that's just going to give us the value of 4. Now for this next question, they say, show that 2 times 5 to the power n minus 5n plus 1 plus 5n plus 2 is even for all positive integers of n. So this is a different question. I don't want to deal with that question now. I'm gonna deal with it, on different videos. So for now, let's actually look at this question. They said determine the following value of x and y if. So they want us to find the values of x and y if we're given this expression. So we're given 3 to the power y plus 1 divided by 3, 2. It is going to equal to what? To the square root of 96 to the power x. Let me tell you something. The moment you see a square root, the first thing that you need to do is to square both sides, right? So if you square this side, you'll be left with 3. It is because of these two, we're going to have 2y plus 2 divided by 3, 2, and then it is going to be squared. That actually equals to 96 to the power x, right? So what are we also going to have here? Let's change this one, 3, 6. So 3, 6 is going to equal sign and then shift. It equals to something else. So let's look at it. So we're going to have, in fact, let's just cross multiply this. So we're going to have 3, 2 to the power y plus 2. It is actually going to equals to 32 and then squared times 96 to the power x. I don't love the way this pen is actually working, so I'm just going to change it. So I'm having 3 to the power 2y plus 2 equals to, let's change 32. It is going to be 2 to the power 2 times 3 squared, and then you square this. Let's actually look at 96. So it's going to be 96 equal sign and then shift fact. It is going to be 2 to the power 5 and then 3, and this is going to be x. Right now, let's actually look at this. So we're having 3, 2 to the power y plus 2. That's actually equals 2. 2 times 2 is going to be 2 to the power 4 times 3 to the power 4. Let me just confirm 32. 32 equals sign shift. Yeah, I can see this is madness. So 32 is just going to be 2 to the power 5, ladies and gentlemen. So 32, let me just rewrite this. I'm having 3, 2 to the power y plus 2 equals to 32 is the same as 2 to the power 5, and then times 2 equals to, let me also check 96. Shift is going to be 2 to the power 5. It's going to be 2 to the power 5 times 3 to the power x, right? So what is 2 to the power 5? It is 2 into 10, and then we're going to have 2, 5x times 3 is to x, and we're actually having 3, 2y plus 2, right? You realize that this is kind of a tricky question if you ask me, but let's actually take this one. We are going to take this and this one. What are we actually left with? Because we're having 3 to the power 2y plus 9 to the power 2 equals to 2 to the power 10 equals to, oh, no. I've actually messed up, guys. There's nah, there's no way of solving that question when I get to that point. No, let's actually redo this question. Let's actually redo. By the way, I've never answered this question actually. So the first thing I said, we need to square both sides. So having 3 to the power y plus 1, that equals to, what is 32? Let's just change it. So we said 32 equals sign shift is going to be 2 to the power 5. So it's going to be 2 to the power 5. We have squared the both side, and we're going to have 96 to the power x. So we will be left with 3 to the power y, or 2y plus 2 divided by 2 to the power 10. That's actually going to equals to, what is 96? So 96, okay, it's going to be 2 to the power 5x times 3 to the power x, right? So what are we actually going to have with this? I want to see. So we know that we're going to have 3 to the power 2y plus 2 times 2 to the power minus 10, right? 2 to the power minus 10. Let me check if I'm writing the correct thing. Can this be 2 to the power minus 10? Can this be 2 to the power minus 10? Because 2 to the power 10 is 20, is 10 to 4. And then 2 to the power minus 10. Oh, yeah. It's correct. It's correct. So I'm going to have 2 to the power 5x times 3 to the power x. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take 3 and 3. But before I go for 3 and 3, let me just take 2 and 2. So I'm going to have 2 minus 10 equals to 2 to the power 5x. So 2 and 2 will be left with minus 10. That actually equals to 5x. So I divide both sides by 5. I found that my x is going to be minus 2. So at least I've actually found the value of x, because negative 10 divided by 5 is going to be negative 2. Now what's left is for me to say, well, 3 to the power 2y plus 2, it is going to be 3 to the power x. But what is x? So x is equals to minus 2. So it's going to be 2y plus 2 equals to x. But I know that x is actually going to equals to what? 2 minus 2. So if I take this one to the other side, I'll be left with 2y. That actually equals to minus 4. If I divide both sides by 2, I actually get my y equals to minus 2. So the value of x and the value of y, they're actually both equals to minus 2, according to my calculations.